Have you ever felt frustrated, worried, or even embarrassed because your body no longer responds like it used to? If you are over 60, what I am about to share with you could change the way you think about energy, performance, and sleep, because this is not about luck or miracles, but about science working with your body. One out of every two men over the age of 45 experiences some degree of erectile dysfunction, and by the time they reach 65, that number increases even more. Yet very few men talk about it openly, preferring to struggle in silence, blaming themselves, or turning to quick fixes that only mask the symptoms. But what if I told you that a single natural nutrient, taken at the right time of day, could not only strengthen your performance, but also improve your sleep and help you regain some of the energy you thought was lost forever? This is not about miracle pills or empty promises. It's about understanding the body at a deeper level, learning how hormones, circulation, nerves, and sleep are all connected, and how a specific vitamin at night can play a surprisingly powerful role in restoring balance. Think of it as caring for the soil rather than just watering the plant. When the soil is fertile and well tended, everything else grows stronger. This is where things get interesting. Men over 65 often face a triple challenge. First, testosterone naturally declines, affecting libido and energy. Second, the ability to achieve deep, restorative sleep is reduced, making it harder for the body to recover overnight. And third, circulation, the very foundation of performance, becomes less efficient with age, especially if conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or an enlarged prostate are present. The result is a cycle. Poor sleep weakens hormonal balance, low hormones reduce sexual function, and decreased sexual function can affect confidence, causing stress and further worsening sleep. But the good news is that this cycle can be broken. Modern research has shown that specific nutrients taken at night can work with the body's natural rhythm, improving sleep quality, restoring hormonal balance, and supporting the vascular system that sustains sexual function. One of these nutrients, which we will focus on today, has been studied for its role in improving both performance and sleep quality in men over 65. In this session, we will explore the science behind it together. We will see what the vitamin is, how it works, why timing matters, and what the best studies show. Along the way, we will debunk common myths, discuss real-life cases, and give you clear practical steps that you can start applying tonight. You deserve clarity, not fear. You deserve solutions that make sense, and most importantly, you deserve to know that these challenges are not a sign of failure, but simply part of the natural aging process of the body, which can be managed with knowledge and care. So let's start this guide together. By the end of this time, you will understand not only why this vitamin matters, but how to integrate it into your nightly routine to improve sleep, strengthen vitality, and regain confidence. Let's begin with the foundation, the connection between sleep and testosterone. Before we continue, I would love to know something to connect with our community. Which city or country are you watching from? Write it in the comments. I love meeting people who genuinely care about their health, and it allows me to create content that is more useful and relevant for you and your region. Let's get straight to the point. Many men are surprised to discover that testosterone is not just a hormone linked to masculinity or sexual performance, but is deeply connected to how the body repairs itself during the night. Think of testosterone as the body's night repair team. Just as construction workers need quiet hours to rebuild a road, your body needs deep, uninterrupted sleep to restore testosterone levels. This is what research shows. A pioneering study at the University of Miami demonstrated that even just 1 week of restricted sleep, getting only 5 hours per night, reduced testosterone levels in young men by nearly 15%. To put it into perspective, that is like aging 10 to 15 years in just 7 days, only because of poor sleep. Now imagine how much more fragile this balance becomes when you are in your 60s, already experiencing the natural decline in testosterone production. Another important detail is that testosterone is released in a pulsatile rhythm during the night, with the highest peak occurring in the early hours of deep sleep. If you suffer from insomnia, frequent nighttime urination, or restless legs, you could be disrupting exactly the period when your testosterone has the best chance to recover. That is why so many men notice that when they sleep poorly, Their energy, libido, and performance drop almost immediately. Think of it like trying to charge your phone with a faulty outlet. If the power cuts out every hour, the battery never fully charges. In the same way, when your deep sleep is interrupted, your testosterone battery is only half full, no matter how healthy your diet or exercise habits are. And this is where stress comes into play. Cortisol, the stress hormone, rises when sleep is disrupted. High cortisol directly suppresses testosterone production in the testes, which means that poor sleep not only reduces the body's ability to generate testosterone, but also increases a hormone that actively blocks it. It is a double hit to your vitality. So, what can be done? The first step is understanding that taking care of sleep is not optional if you want to maintain performance after 60. Your body's sexual function depends on your sleep cycle just as much as it does on blood flow. And here is the key. When we introduce certain vitamins or minerals at night, we are not only helping you fall asleep faster, but we are protecting your hormonal rhythm. By improving sleep quality, we allow the body to naturally restore testosterone, which in turn supports sexual health and overall vitality. If this connection makes sense to you, take a moment to like this video, as it helps me know that this type of deep education is valuable for you. And if sleep has been a challenge in your own life, leave a comment below and let's start this conversation. You are not alone in the struggle, and there are solutions backed by real research. When most people think of melatonin, they imagine a simple over-the-counter supplement, a small pill that helps you fall asleep. But melatonin is not just a sedative. It is a hormone naturally produced by the pineal gland in response to darkness. And for men over 65, melatonin plays a much more important role than just helping with sleep. It influences sexual health, nitric oxide signaling, and even prostate function. This is what research shows. Studies published in Andrologia have demonstrated that melatonin interacts with the testes, helping regulate testosterone production and protecting cells from oxidative stress. Another study from the National Institutes of Health highlighted that melatonin improves the function of endothelial cells, the inner lining of blood vessels. Why is this important? Because a healthy endothelium allows the release of nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the body's natural chemical messenger for erections. Without it, performance is not possible. Think of nitric oxide as a green traffic light telling blood to flow to the penis. If the light never turns green, traffic comes to a halt. Melatonin helps keep that traffic light working by protecting the lining of blood vessels. This means that taking melatonin at night is not just about sleeping more deeply, but also about maintaining the very foundation of performance. Now let's talk about the prostate. Emerging research suggests that melatonin may have protective effects on prostate tissue, potentially reducing inflammation and improving urinary symptoms in men with benign prostatic hyperplasia. Although the evidence is still developing, this indicates an additional benefit of ensuring that melatonin levels are not chronically low. And here is the reality. Melatonin production naturally declines with age. By the time you reach 65, your levels could be only half of what they were in your 20s. You might be wondering, should every man start taking melatonin supplements? The answer is more nuanced. For some men, a low dose, often just 1 to 3 milligrams, taken 30 to 60 minutes before bed, can be beneficial. Higher doses are not always better and can sometimes cause drowsiness or disrupt sleep architecture. It's about supporting the body's natural rhythm, not overloading it. Here is a practical tip. Think of melatonin as a gentle reminder for your body. Dim the lights at night. Avoid screens an hour before bed, and if your doctor approves, consider a small dose of melatonin as part of your nightly ritual. By doing this, you are signaling to your body that it is safe to enter deep rest, and that deep rest is the ground where testosterone is renewed, circulation is repaired, and sexual vitality flourishes. If this resonates with you, leave a comment below. Many men feel embarrassed to talk about sleep supplements, but the truth is that melatonin is not a crutch. It is a natural hormone that declines with age, and sometimes giving it a gentle boost can restore both your nights and your performance. When we think of vitamin D, most people imagine the sun and bone health. It is often called the sunshine vitamin because the body produces it when the skin is exposed to ultraviolet light. but vitamin D is much more than that. For men over 65, it acts more like a hormone than a simple vitamin. It influences testosterone levels, vascular health, immune system balance, and even mood stability. All of these factors determine both performance and overall vitality. This is what research shows. A study published in Hormone and Metabolic Research found that men with adequate vitamin D levels had significantly higher testosterone compared to men who were deficient. Another review in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism emphasized that vitamin D deficiency is not only associated with low testosterone, but also with higher rates of erectile dysfunction. Vitamin D, by supporting endothelial function, meaning that inner lining of blood vessels essential for nitric oxide release, ensures that blood flow is not compromised and that performance is maintained. Now here is where timing matters. Vitamin D is fat-soluble, which means it is better absorbed with meals containing some healthy fat. While most doctors recommend taking it in the morning or at midday to mimic sun exposure, some recent evidence suggests that for men who have trouble sleeping, nighttime supplementation may indirectly support melatonin rhythms. This is because vitamin D helps regulate the circadian system, the body's internal clock that controls both sleep and hormone release. Think of it as resetting your body clock so that everything, from testosterone production to vascular repair, happens at the right time. Another key area is mood. Men with vitamin D deficiency often report fatigue, irritability, or a low mood. Depression and low testosterone often coincide, and both can take away a man's sexual vitality. By restoring vitamin D, not only can testosterone improve, but mood and energy often follow. This creates a positive cycle: better sleep, better mood, greater performance. Let me use a simple analogy. Imagine trying to plant a garden in dry, depleted soil. No matter how good the seeds are, they will not thrive. Vitamin D acts like rainfall, nourishing the soil so that everything, hormones, circulation, and energy, can take root. When men restore their vitamin D levels, many notice that their body feels younger again, not because age is reversed, but because the body finally has the basic resources to function as it should. A practical tip: if you're over 65, ask your doctor to check your vitamin D levels with a simple blood test called 25-hydroxyvitamin D. Many men are surprised to discover they are deficient, even if they spend time outdoors. If supplementation is needed, discuss the right dose for your body. Some men benefit more from small daily doses, while others do better with higher weekly doses. If your doctor agrees, taking it at night with dinner, especially if it is your main meal containing healthy fats like olive oil, salmon, or avocado, can support both absorption and your nighttime rhythm. Remember, this is not about seeking perfection. It is about giving your body one of the most fundamental tools to keep your testosterone, sleep, and performance aligned. If I had to choose one mineral that deserves more attention in men's health, especially after 65, it would be magnesium. Often called the relaxation mineral, magnesium is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in the body, yet almost half of older adults are deficient. Why is this important for performance, vitality, and deep sleep? Because magnesium directly influences nerve function, muscle relaxation, stress hormone control, and even the dilation of blood vessels that make erections possible. This is what research shows. A study published in the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences found that magnesium supplementation was associated with improved sleep quality, particularly in older adults with insomnia. Another article in Biological Trace Element Research revealed that men with higher magnesium levels also had higher testosterone compared to those who were deficient. And when it comes to erections, magnesium supports nitric oxide synthesis, the pathway that allows blood to flow freely to the penis. Without enough magnesium, blood vessels remain tense and smooth muscle relaxation, key for achieving an erection, is compromised. Think of magnesium as the oil that keeps the gears of a machine moving smoothly. Without oil, the gears grind, jam, and eventually seize up in the body. This translates to tense muscles, restless nights, and blood vessels that do not relax properly. With adequate magnesium, the system flows freely, Sleep deepens, stress hormones decrease, and erections become easier to achieve. Another important role of magnesium is its effect on cortisol, the stress hormone. Chronically high cortisol interferes with both sleep and testosterone production. Magnesium helps regulate the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, the body's stress response system. By calming this system at night, magnesium allows your body to enter deep, restorative sleep, also creating a hormonal environment more favorable for testosterone. How can you get more magnesium? Dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and whole grains are excellent sources, but here is the challenge. As we age, magnesium absorption in the gut decreases, and common medications like diuretics or acid blockers can increase losses. That is why supplementation is sometimes necessary. Among the many forms of magnesium, magnesium glycinate and citrate are usually better tolerated at night. They're well absorbed and tend to promote relaxation without causing digestive discomfort. A practical tip is to consider taking magnesium about an hour before bed, ideally with a small snack or a warm herbal tea. This signals your body that it is time to relax. Many men report not only falling asleep faster, but also experiencing fewer nighttime awakenings. Over time, this consistent deep sleep allows testosterone levels to stabilize and vascular function to improve, both critical factors for performance and vitality. Remember, the goal is not to take a handful of pills and hope for the best. It is about choosing specific nutrients that work with your body's natural rhythm. Magnesium taken at night directly supports the systems that men over 60 need most: sleep, hormones, and circulation. If this has been helpful so far, take a moment to like this video. It lets me know that content like this is valuable for you, and it helps spread clear, evidence-based information to more men who might be struggling in silence. So far, we have talked about hormones and sleep, but there is another crucial piece of the puzzle: circulation. Essentially, performance is a vascular event. Erections occur when blood vessels open and allow blood to flow into the penile tissue, where it becomes trapped and firm. Without healthy circulation, even normal testosterone levels do not guarantee strong erections. That is why men with diabetes, high blood pressure, or atherosclerosis often experience erectile dysfunction, even if their hormone levels are within the normal range. Research shows that the molecule that makes erections possible is nitric oxide. Produced by the lining of blood vessels, nitric oxide signals the smooth muscle of the penile arteries to relax, allowing blood to flow with force. A study in the American Journal of Cardiology emphasized that erectile dysfunction is often one of the first warning signs of vascular disease, sometimes appearing years before heart problems. In other words, your erection is like a window into the health of your blood vessels. Now, how do sleep and vitamins come into play? During deep sleep, the body repairs endothelial cells, that same lining of blood vessels that produces nitric oxide. Nutrients like melatonin, vitamin D, and magnesium support this process. Melatonin protects these cells from oxidative stress, vitamin D improves their responsiveness, and magnesium helps relax smooth muscle so nitric oxide can do its job. Taken together at night, these nutrients work during the exact hours your body is designed to heal blood vessels and restore vascular tone. Think of it like repairing a dam overnight so that water can flow freely the next morning. If the dam is cracked or blocked, the water stagnates. If the lining of your blood vessels is not healthy, erections fail. But when the repair is consistent, blood flows with strength and reliability. There is another layer here. Nitric oxide production naturally decreases with age. This decline starts in the 40s and accelerates into the 60s. That is why many men notice that erections are no longer as firm or reliable as before. But this decline is not irreversible. Studies have shown that lifestyle factors, including sleep quality, exercise, and nutrition, can increase nitric oxide availability. For example, regular aerobic activity improves endothelial function, while magnesium and vitamin D help support the enzymes involved in nitric oxide production. Here is a practical tip. Combine the nighttime supportive nutrients with daily habits that improve circulation. Brisk walking, deep breathing, and pelvic floor exercises promote blood flow. When you add magnesium, vitamin D, or melatonin at night, you reinforce those daytime gains, giving your blood vessels the tools they need to repair while you sleep. So, the big picture here is this: performance does not depend only on testosterone or desire. It depends on whether your vascular system is healthy enough to deliver blood when your body needs it. And the nighttime window for repair, supported by specific nutrients, is one of the most powerful and yet most overlooked strategies men over 60 can use to preserve vitality and confidence. We've covered a lot of ground, from sleep and testosterone to melatonin, vitamin D, magnesium, and the critical role of circulation. Now let's put it all together into something simple and practical, because knowledge is powerful only when it translates into actions you can start tonight. Think of your nightly routine as a restoration ritual. At 60, your body no longer recovers as quickly as it once did. You need to give it deliberate signals and resources so it can repair properly overnight. This is where the combination of nutrients we discussed becomes so powerful. This is what research and clinical experience suggest. Step 1. Dim the lights and reduce screen exposure an hour before bed. This allows your natural melatonin rhythm to rise. If your doctor approves, you can consider a low-dose melatonin supplement, usually 1 to 3 milligrams, 30 to 60 minutes before sleep. This supports both the onset of sleep and endothelial protection. Step 2. Make sure your vitamin D levels are adequate. If you're deficient, supplementation, sometimes taken at night with dinner, can help regulate your circadian rhythm, support testosterone, and maintain vascular health. Remember, vitamin D is fat-soluble, so combining it with healthy fats like olive oil, salmon, or avocado improves absorption. Step 3. Consider magnesium. A form like magnesium glycinate or citrate, taken an hour before bed, can reduce stress hormones, relax blood vessels, and improve sleep architecture. Many men notice that this change alone reduces nighttime awakenings and restores morning vitality. Step 4. Combine these nutrients with good sleep hygiene habits. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Avoid caffeine after midday. If nighttime urination interrupts your rest, limit fluids 2 hours before bed and discuss prostate-friendly strategies with your doctor. Together, these steps create a nighttime rhythm where your hormones, blood vessels, and nervous system are all aligned. This is not about chasing the perfect combination of supplements. It is about choosing the right tools to meet your body's needs after 60. Melatonin signals your circadian clock. Vitamin D nourishes hormonal and vascular balance. Magnesium soothes and relaxes, and your body does the rest while you sleep. Think of it as programming your body's night repair team. Instead of leaving them with broken tools and low energy, you give them everything they need to restore strength, performance, and vitality. Over time, weeks and months, this nightly habit can shift the cycle from decline to resilience, not reversing age, but helping you age with vitality and confidence. And here is the encouraging part. This is not an expensive or complicated process. It does not require secret formulas or drastic interventions. It is simply about restoring what your body is gradually losing at the time of day when it is naturally designed to heal. So as you reflect on what we've discussed, ask yourself, what small change can I start tonight? Dim the lights earlier, add magnesium, or check my vitamin D levels. The power is in these small, consistent steps. As we wrap up, let's step back and look at the full picture. Sexual health, deep sleep, and vitality after 60 are not separate issues. They are interconnected threads of the same fabric. When sleep fails, testosterone drops. When circulation weakens, erections suffer. When nutrients decline, the body's repair systems struggle to keep up. But when we support these systems together, the body responds with resilience. This is what science shows. A simple nightly ritual can kickstart this repair process. Melatonin protects your blood vessels and restores your circadian rhythm. Vitamin D strengthens testosterone and vascular balance. Magnesium calms the nervous system, reduces stress hormones, and deepens sleep. Taken in thoughtful doses at the right time, these nutrients are not quick fixes. They are the building blocks for long-term performance and vitality. It is important to remember that these challenges are common. You are not alone if you notice weaker erections, restless nights, or low energy. Millions of men over 60 face the same difficulties. And the truth is, this is not a personal failure. It is biology, and it can be managed. When you give your body the right tools, even simple ones like specific nighttime nutrients, you allow it to work with you instead of against you. So here is the action I encourage you to take today. Choose one small nightly habit to start. Whether it's dimming the lights earlier, talking to your doctor about checking your vitamin D, or adding magnesium to your bedtime routine, start with just one step. Over time, consistency matters more than intensity. Small changes practiced every night become powerful results. You do not need to fear your body. You just need good information, the kind that allows you to make decisions with confidence instead of confusion.